be done on pan. So the pan man, this is your time to shine. So please stand if you're able to for the pan edition of the St. Lucia National Anthem. Thank you very much. I don't know if you realized, but on the program it says musical entertainment, which we already had. However, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tennyson Glasgow. But before we even get into that, I think prayers are always important. I look around the room, I can't, it's not my job to judge anybody or to earmark anybody and say, lead us into prayer. I can do a little small something that the Almighty will welcome us. You could remain seated, just sign yourself, and I will, like I said, try something. Almighty Father, as we gather here at the Daren Sammy Cricket Ground for the 6th edition of the St. Lucia International Masters, we ask, of course, traveling mercies who have brought visitors to our shores safely, and we intend for your Son, Jesus Christ, to bring them back to their home and their family safely as well. As we endeavor in sport, especially football, we know it's an emotional game, dear Father. We ask that players take heed of themselves and also their opponents to avoid injuries. We know the game can get feisty. However, let us use good judgment to ensure that we all become winners at the end of the day. Father God, we also ask for strength, good health within, and most of all, common sense. We all want to win, but at the end of the day, somebody will lose and one will go home as a winner. Father God, we ask kindly, again, for your Son, Jesus Christ, make this the best weekend of International Masters Veterans Football so that we could prolong in good health and in good stead. We thank you. I know you're surprised. But like I say, I try something. So again, welcome remarks. Welcome to St. Lucia, the Helen of the West. And I think we've been here on many occasions. Some persons are new to St. Lucia. But I think what has really united us throughout the years, as I said, is the 6th edition. I think it's the football. I think sometimes we underestimate our own skills and what we can do as individuals and as human beings. But I think the football in itself, it speaks many languages. Just imagine. Many of us here, we don't even know each other, but we know each other through football. And when we get on the playing field, we connect through that football, whether it be through a Trini slang or a St. Lucian patois, whichever. We know that connectivity is through the football. So we expect to see that football, some good display, some good exhibition of football. Again, like I said, some persons are new to it. Some persons are new to St. Lucia. Trust me, you're going to enjoy yourself. I think, when God placed his hand on the various islands, St. Lucia was one who said, you know what, I'm going to make this place, I was about to say a hell of a place. But I can't say that, that's just boasting of our island because our people are remarkable. And I think we as Caribbean people, we are remarkable in our own way and we vibe through our own way. There are persons here, I don't even know their names, but the mere fact that we're here and we connect every year, there's a nod. And that's what football does. There are ladies who don't have an idea. They don't have a clue what their husbands, their boyfriends go out and do on a Sunday. But they know it's football. And I can see a lot of ladies came to support their partners, and we appreciate that. And on behalf of Veteran in Sports, Inc., we really appreciate the efforts that teams and persons have put out, organizers, sponsors, you name it, to make sure that we have this fixture on our calendar in St. Lucia every year. So let me just establish the protocol. I can see that Marvin Malakan has put in a very formidable lineup. I see a guy there with an Arsenal shirt. He ensured that he rub it in. I applaud you, because I too am an Arsenal supporter. I just gave my pin, But let me put on my glasses and make sure I put the... We, of course, want to recognize Dr. Eurylis Delay, who is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry for Youth Development and Sports. At least I want you to stand. I want those persons to know you, how you're coming across. Good. So round of applause for her. And as we move on, I can see Mr. Louis Lewis, who is the Chief Executive Officer in the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. We know how tourism is, it's a big thing. And again, as I go on, I could see here, of course, the CEO of Veteran in Sports Inc., Alvin Malakan. He's the brain behind all what's happening. And to continue, Surgeon David, the journey as a sponsor. She's been, I think, right now you could play football, You've been with us, you've been with us forever, So, round of applause to Surgeon. Also want to recognize Earl Ballhog Jean, who is the Veterans Football Ambassador. And indeed, Ballhog, of course, those who know football, he's been around for ages. Yeah? I think that about caps it. And as we go along, persons, of course, will get their recognition. But we have established that, and like I said, welcome remarks from myself. We're moving on swiftly, where the CEO of Veteran in Sports Inc., Mr. Alvin Malakan, will be kind to drop some remarks. Thank you.
Good evening, good evening. What a wonderful sight. Legends united in white. Distinguished guests, our CEO, Louis Lewis, our Permanent Secretary, our Chairman of the Semi-Pro Football League, our Veteran Football Ambassador, Earl Jean, a sponsor who has been there with me from the inception of the idea of veterans football in 2011, Ms. Surgeon David. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The support is so deeply appreciated. Mr. Chris Gustav, I really appreciate the help and the support and the continued support. So distinguished guests, sponsors, officials, coaches, players, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the 6th edition of the St. Lucia International Masters Football Invitational. On behalf of Veterans in Sports and the entire organizing committee, it is my absolute honor and privilege to welcome all participating teams, supporters, visitors to the beautiful island of St. Lucia, for what promises to be the biggest and most exciting tournament yet. 6 years ago, this tournament began with a simple but powerful vision to bring football together with legends across the Caribbean, beyond and beyond, through competition, friendship, respect, and the love for the beautiful game. Today, that vision has grown into something truly extraordinary. What started as a football tournament has evolved into a movement, a celebration of legacy, unity, culture, and passion. Year after year, the tournament has grown and continued to grow, not only in numbers, but in quality, intensity, international reach, and prestige. The level of competition has risen tremendously, and this year's edition clearly demonstrates that the St. Lucia International Masters Football Invitational is now firmly recognized as one of the premier Masters football tournaments in the region. This year, we proudly welcome teams from across the Caribbean, the United States, and Canada, proving that football has no borders, and that the passion for the game continues to unite us all. I'm proud to say that this is truly a tournament of champions. We are honored to welcome back some of the most respected and accomplished teams in Masters football, including Pele Masters, our defending champions, Defense Force past players. Masters Reloaded International, a combination of local, regional, and international players. Our two-time back-to-back 50-plus champions. And Grosley veterans, themselves two-time champions and always a force to be reckoned with. As we continue to expand the reach and impact of this invitational, it is truly encouraging to see new teams and new countries embracing the vision of this tournament. We are especially excited to welcome Nationality, a Vincentian team with strong Canadian connection, along with Hope International FC. Both helping to strengthen the regional and international flavor of the competition. We are also proud to welcome several exciting new teams to this year's tournament, including SSC Bemshire from Barbados, St. Francois Masters from the US and Trinidad, La Familia from Canada, a team already creating tremendous excitement and anticipation heading into this year's competition. Welcome, La Familia. And while I mention a few names tonight, I do not want to single out or overlook any team that has traveled to our beautiful island to be part of this incredible experience. Every team here represents commitment, sacrifice, passion, and the enduring love for football. So at this time, I wish to officially warmly welcome all participating teams with a very special acknowledgement to all our foreign teams traveling to our beautiful island of St. Lucia to be part of this growing sports tourism product and regional celebration of Masters football. Your presence here goes far beyond competition. By choosing St. Lucia, you are contributing to the continued growth of sports tourism, regional integration, and cultural exchange throughout the Caribbean and beyond. You are helping showcase the power of football to unite people, communities, nations through one shared passion. We are honored again to welcome Hope International FC, Nationality, SSC Bemshire, St. Francois Masters, La Familia, Pele Masters, Sunrise Masters, Ballers Forever, Barataria Alumni, Masters Reloaded International, and our defending champions, Defense Force past players. We also extend sincere gratitude to our sponsors, our partners, volunteers, referees, medical teams, organizing committee members, and loyal supporters whose commitment and belief in this vision continue to make this tournament possible year after year. Many of the players participating in this tournament continue to inspire the next generation of footballers across the Caribbean and internationally, proving that the passion for the game never fades and that true legends continue to lead both on and off the field. And to every player taking the field over the next few days, play hard, compete fiercely, respect each other, and enjoy every moment. Because while trophies will be lifted and champions will be crowned, the true victory lies in the friendships, memories, brotherhood, and unity created through this beautiful game. For 6 remarkable years, this tournament has brought together legends, created lifelong friendships, strengthened regional bonds, showcased the unifying power of football. Because this is more than a tournament. This is more than football. This is legacy. This is pride. This is Caribbean unity. This is brotherhood beyond borders. This is where legends return to the field, not simply to compete, but to inspire. And that is why our theme means so much. Legends united by passion. St. Lucia, are you ready for the 6th edition of the St. Lucia International Masters Football Invitational? I am. May God bless you all. And may you enjoy the beauty and hospitality of St. Lucia. Let the games begin. Thank you.
Well done, CEO Alvin Malik. I think he deserves another round of applause because this guy works tirelessly to ensure that we have this competition every year. At this point in time, I want to call on Miss Kisana Samuels. She's a contestant in the Miss Good Deeds. She's going to perform a little rendition for us. So, Miss Kisana Samuels? Oh, Risana. Why you said kiss?
Good evening, everyone. Oh, you all look so beautiful in white. And those who aren't in white, you look beautiful too. Oh. Please forgive me, I'm very shy, and I wouldn't know what to say. So as we wait, I don't know. Forgive me, please. Oh my. Okay, so it looks like I'll have to sing a cappella. Right. I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me. It's getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand. Will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it will never be enough, never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, never enough, never enough, never enough for me, for me, for me. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it will never be enough, never be enough for me. Thank you.
I suspect there was a reason why the console didn't have to play. You did a wonderful job, my girl. I think your shyness has gone out the window. So, of course, we want to wish you all the best in your pageant and hope that you could, wear that crown. But you did a wonderful job. Never be. You all right. We move on now to Mrs. Surgeon David. Of course, like Malakan mentioned, she's been a sponsor throughout. And she's the marketing manager at St. Lucia Distillers. Surgeon, please come up now.
I need to bring you everywhere with me to, introduce me like that. Adopting the protocol that has already been established, good evening, everyone. On behalf of St. Lucia Distillers, it is with immense pride and genuine excitement that I stand before you today through representing St. Lucia Distillers and by extension, Chairman's Reserve, as the official sponsors of the 2026 St. Lucia International Masters Football Invitational. This tournament carries a theme that resonates deeply with everything we at Chairman's Reserve stand for. United by passion. And what could be more fitting? Passion is what drives a craftsman to create his art. It is what brings a footballer back to the pitch. And it is passion for our island, our people, and our culture that inspires St. Lucia Distillers to invest in moments just like these. St. Lucia is a nation rich in spirit in every sense of the word, and just as we pour care and dedication into every bottle that bears our name, this tournament pours that same energy into our community and onto the world stage. It brings together masters of the game from across the globe, men who have dedicated their lives under one banner on our beautiful island, in front of people who love this game just as fiercely. St. Lucia Distillers is honored to be part of that connection to help make this event worthy of its celebration and its athletes. To the visiting teams, welcome to our beautiful island of St. Lucia, the Helen of the West. And as we reflect on this journey as a sponsor, I must say it has been nothing short of extraordinary. From the first moment we came alongside this tournament, we knew we were stepping into something remarkable. But what has truly moved us is the privilege of walking alongside the bands, the teams, the players, and the people who carry the heartbeat of this competition. Watching them arrive on our shores full of energy and purpose, representing their nations with pride and joy, it has been one of the most pleasant and rewarding experiences we could have imagined. The camaraderie, the shared moments of triumphs, of sportsmanship, these are the things that make sponsorship so much more than a business decision. It becomes a relationship, a shared story. And for us, being part of that journey of these bands, watching them compete, connect, and celebrate on St. Lucian soil has been truly amazing, and we would not trade it for anything. To the players, both local and international, again, welcome to the Helen of the West. Now, may your legs cooperate with you. Because remember, we're up there a little bit in the age. Thank you for being here. And as well, may your hearts be full of passion and be on full display. To the organizers and the football family, Alvin Malakan and Veterans in Sports, thank you for bringing St. Lucia Distillers along on this ride. I know it has not been easy, but we're here today, and that needs to be celebrated. And to everyone else who is coming out to support, thank you for believing in a dream that started with one man that is now shared by hundreds of persons. Thank you.
And right away, we move on to Mr. Louis Lewis, who is the Chief Executive Officer from the St. Lucia Tourism Authority.
Oh, that's a big number of people. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to adopt the protocol that has been well established. And I want to echo the sentiments of those who have come before me to really welcome everybody to this tournament and to extend a warm St. Lucian welcome, particularly to those people who have come from overseas, those players who have come from overseas. It's really a fitting tribute to see how this tournament has developed over time and that it has become a firm fixture on our Play St. Lucia schedule. And it's important for us from a tourism perspective because it's not just about the action on the field and the players competing with each other. From my understanding, it has over 500 people who are going to be here for this tournament, between the players and companions and spectators who have come, who have actually come from overseas. And it fits into the thrust of what tourism means for us. We are, from the Tourism Authority's perspective, we are using the sports initiative as a means of attracting people to St. Lucia. And this 6th year of the event is one of the most phenomenal ones. And I don't know that we have any other sport that brings in as many people. And for that, we are very appreciative of the effort. For those of you who are caught up in the competition on the pitch, we would really like you to consider St. Lucia as a country for visiting beyond the tournament. And I know the schedule does not allow you to see the extensive beauty of the island, but a few weeks from now, at least 6 weeks from now, we'll be having one of the more interesting carnivals within the region. And you can set your calendar every year. The 2nd and 3rd week of July is the St. Lucia Carnival. Just beyond that, we have some legendary events that are taking place. We are the only island in the world where we celebrate a flower festival. And you can come, I will not give you more information, but I can invite you to come and see how that is celebrated in St. Lucia. It has been going on for centuries, and it's a living culture in the St. Lucian context. Just beyond that, we have the Creole Heritage Month, which is in the month of October, and that presents another opportunity for you to see what makes us as a country, how we have embraced the trials and the tribulations of previous times, and we have incorporated them into our living, and it adds a flair to our existence. So being here for the Creole Heritage Month is another interesting time of year that you can be here. And just to tease you, we have some world-class events that are coming up and tourism spectacles. We'll have a very interesting underwater sculpture park where you can see the history of those who have built the island and gotten to this position, that you can see that reflected in a storyline as we also engage in sustainability and coral reef maintenance and regenerating of the tourism assets. So with that in mind, I also really would like to wish you the best. I know the defending champions are here. I wish them the best. And but I'm sure there are a lot of people gunning for the positions that they have. So I know we are off for a very interesting competition, and I'm just so happy to see that it has grown from time to time over the years, and it has gotten to this point where we are at now, and let's just hope that we can get it to even better than we see currently. So a warm welcome to St. Lucia, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for your kind remarks, Mr. Louis Lewis. If you realize, I take my time to say your name, because there's a little Louis Lewis. Okay, all right. So, but St. Lucia was 7 times French and 7 times British. All right, okay, good. So we move on now to a gentleman who is known globally, which is Earl Bologja. He is the Veterans Football Ambassador. But you know what I like about the whole stuff about when Bologja comes to give his remarks? There's a timer. The game is 90 minutes, but we timing you. Let's welcome Earl Bologja.
Critic, thank you. Good evening, good evening. Good evening to all. All protocols are being observed. Let me take this time to say a special good evening to my PS, my chairman, Miss Eurylis Delay. She's doing a fine job for football. And I really want to say that, it's good being on board with you at the semi-pro level, just to put that aside there. Mr. Louis, our CEO, my CEO, Alvin Malakan, my good friend, Sergeant, thank you so much for your continued support. Chris, Arsenal, thank you. You're always there with Malakan and myself and the team. We thank you for your support, always. Tennyson, Critic, boy, my former teammate at national level, so I will say very few about you. We'll come to that. But good evening, players, management teams, sponsors, the media, friends, legends, Irvin Baboy Hippolyte, I must mention, one of our greats of St. Lucia, who I patterned my game after, and I achieved what I achieved because of people like him, because I believed that I could have reached somewhere in football. And I thank him today and every day, because for us, growing up, you must have people that you could look up to and aspire to, and to try to achieve things. And he was one that gave me that, all that I ever wanted. I remember playing with my first, using his football boots, asking him to use his football boots, not because I needed it, but because I wanted to play in it because of the person he was and the goal scorer he was. And I thank God that I lived up, and promised him that I would carry on the mantle, and I did for St. Lucia. He's a former captain of our national team, and he's one of the very few that played in Jamaica in the late 80s with Latapi and all those guys, the legends of the Caribbean. So good evening to you, Baboy. Thank you for being here with us. I want to, before I go into my speech, I want to thank the teams for being here, because without y'all, this wouldn't have been possible. So Defense Force, Devon Jocelyn, Jersey, thank you all for being here and not being in Barbados. Thank you all for coming to St. Lucia. Pele Masters, welcome back. The return of Pele Masters, hunting for the over 50s title from Masters Reloaded. It will be fun. Let me get to my speech. Good evening to everyone. My name is Earl Bologja, and I'm proud to stand here as an ambassador for the Veterans in Sports team. But more than that, I'm proud to stand here as one of you, a player who still loves this game too much to hang up the boots. Looking around, I can see teams from Canada, the US, Trinidad, Barbados, different flags, same scars, same passion, flowing from different places, but we all came for the same reason, because football never left us. The tournament is just what happens in the next 60, 35, 50 minutes? 50 minutes. Many of us don't stop when the final whistle blows. We are out there coaching youth teams, training the next generation of coaches, doing charitable work in communities, supporting clubs and national teams. We play over 50, but we still give back. That's the veteran spirit. We take what football gave us and we pass it on. So when you face a player from Canada, Trinidad, Barbados, you're not just facing an opponent. You're facing a coach, a mentor, a volunteer, a guy who shows up for his community all week and still travels to play this game. That's why this tournament matters. We are proving football isn't just for young, and we are proving veterans don't fade, but we lead. Now, to keep this going, give kids opportunities to keep running tournaments and coaching clinics. We need partners. And that's where sometimes I stray away, because Malacan, I always go back to Malacan because he gives so much, he does so much. And the resources are very few in the region. And yet still, 6 years, just for the international masters. But we have Veterans Educate, we have the Kick for Cure, cancer awareness, we have the local veterans tournament. So it takes a lot of resources to put together, to carry on tournaments, and to give back. Because there are many things that you do that people don't know about because you don't give the story. And I like to give the story because you give back a lot. You put out financially. People come to you. Sponsors come to you for help. But yet still you don't get what you deserve. You know, and I take it at heart because I think corporate St. Lucia can do a lot better. That's why we thank Sejin and many sponsors that still are here with us, supporting us. We'll continue to thank them because we need them and they're part of us. Support veterans in football because we play a vital role in the ecosystem of the football fraternity. We are the coaches shaping the future players. We are the mentors keeping kids off the streets and on the pitch. We are the link between grassroots and national teams. Invest in us, and you're investing in the whole football pathway, from the park to the stadium. Play hard today. Respect each other. Show the kids watching how it's done. With skill, with heart, with sportsmanship. Win or lose. We'll meet after swap stories, talk about our hamstrings, whether you pull up in 10 minutes, we'll speak about it. We'll share a meal. We'll laugh about hamstrings and everything, because that's the real trophy. Let's enjoy the beautiful game. Let's show the kids how we respect the game and what we have done. They need to see, because a lot of our young, talented players will be at the games. They usually come and support. So let's show them what we are, what we stand for as veterans, as leaders in the communities. And I know that a lot of the teams that are here, a lot of the coaches that are involved in the teams are former national players. And some of them from St. Vincent, I think, we have the national coaches here. We have Stone John with our national team. So let's show what we can do to inspire our next generation of players. I thank you. Good evening.
A little lengthy, but we understand. We move on now where we call on Dr. Ulysses Delaire, who is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry for Youth Development and Sports, and she herself is a past athlete. She did many things. She didn't kick a football, but she knows what it is to... You did? Oh, you did? All right. Okay, so you played female football. All right. What position, if you mind me asking? Right back. Oh, same position with me. So we have each other's back. Come on. Dr. Ulysses Delaire.
Good evening, everyone. Well, your program says the Honorable Minister, but let me apologize because he's out of state. I tried to dodge tonight, but Alvin would have none of it. You know, in St. Lucia, we call it, in our local palace, Tent Pines. You know, our Calypso season starts tonight. And 1 hour short of the start of the tent. So from here, I'll be going to Calypso tent. I love the arts, so yeah. But it's indeed a pleasure for me, on behalf of the Department of Youth Development and Sports, to join you at this official welcome ceremony. Tonight is more than just a social gathering. It is a celebration of commitment, camaraderie, and a lifelong love for the game. This tournament reminds us that football is not confined to youth. It transcends age and continues to unite, inspire, and keep us active at every stage of life. You have laid the foundation for the sport in the region. Your passion, discipline, and continued involvement serve as a powerful example to the younger generation that sport is not only about competition, but about community, wellness, and national pride. The Department of Youth Development and Sports remains fully supportive of initiatives such as this, which promote healthy lifestyles, social engagement, and the continued development of football across all age groups. To our visiting teams, we extend a warm St. Lucian welcome. We trust that your time here will be enjoyable, competitive, and memorable. As you participate in this tournament, I encourage you to enjoy the fellowship, play with pride, and continue to embody the true spirit of the game. I wish the league every success, and thank you for your invaluable contribution to sport in St. Lucia. Thank you.
Dr. Hilaire, you were swift, but it looked like you you took my program as well. You just... But it's all right. Thank you. I wish the speaker before you was as swift. But we understand. We move on now to the vote of thanks. Now, the little lady, she insists that I pronounce her name properly. I'm going to try my best. We move on now to Risa Holman Morrison. Did I get it right? All right. So, call on now Miss Risa Holman Morrison to deliver the vote of thanks.
Pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As he mentioned, my name is Risa Holman Morrison, and I am delighted and honored to present tonight's vote of thanks. Allow me to firstly acknowledge the presence of Dr. Eurelise Delaire, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Mr. Louis Lewis, Chief Executive Officer of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Mr. Chris Gustav, Marketing Manager for the Caribbean Sports and Events at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Mrs. Surgeon David, Marketing Manager of St. Lucia Distillers Limited, our very own Mr. Alvin Malakan, CEO of Veterans in Sports, Inc., the legendary Mr. Earl Ballhog Jean, Veterans Football Ambassador, other specially invited guests, the media, and of course, the stars on the field, our players. Thank you all for your attendance at tonight's launch. The St. Lucia International Masters Football Invitational 2026 would not be possible without the support and generosity of a number of sponsors. We wish to acknowledge and express our heartfelt gratitude to the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, St. Lucia Distillers Limited, the National Lotteries Authority, Sports St. Lucia, Inc., the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Caribbean Alliance Insurance Company Limited, Flow, Doctors for Change, Soleil Tours and Experiences, Harris Handling and Logistics Services, Eagle Freight and Brokerage Services Limited, and RJB Hotel Supplies. We look forward to future partnerships and meaningful collaborations. As one can imagine, the planning and organization of a tournament of this magnitude requires an all-hands-on-deck approach, and to this end, we must recognize the persons working behind the scenes to make this event an annual success. Many thanks to the ground staff, bar staff, logistics and transport personnel, security officers, and cleanup crew. Your hard work year after year is greatly appreciated. Mr. Tennyson Glasgow, our Master of Ceremonies and official tournament host, your high energy, adaptability, and crowd engagement ensure that participants and spectators alike are always entertained. To our respected and dynamic players, we thank you for choosing Sweet St. Lucia, Helen of the West, allowing her to inspire you to showcase your talents on the field, build camaraderie with fellow teammates, and create memorable experiences that last a lifetime. To the families and friends accompanying the participating teams, welcome to St. Lucia, or for some, welcome back. Thank you for your encouragement. We know your support keeps the players motivated and competitive. As I near the end of my remarks, there is a distinguished gentleman who I must recognize. Without him, veterans football would have merely been an idea. His determination, strong will, professionalism, integrity, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication have led us to this moment where we can celebrate another launch of the International Masters Football Invitational, powered by Veterans in Sports Incorporated, bringing together avid sportsmen from St. Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, St. Vincent, the United States, and Canada, ultimately expanding the sports tourism industry. You did that. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Mr. Alvin Malakan a resounding round of applause. Thank you again, everyone, for your participation at tonight's launch as we kickstart the 2026 edition of the International Masters Football Tournament. We invite you to partake of some refreshments